Hello, and welcome to the next MSI 2023 preview video. We're going to cover Loud, the representatives from Brazil who beat Pain Gaming yesterday. Their coach is Bielzi. Bielzi went 4-6 last year as an assistant for Loud at Worlds, and they would be they would have some success. I mean, they lost to DFM in the second round of play-ins, but that was better than I think a lot of people expected. Keep in mind, this team does not have Brantz, who they had last year, and honestly, Brantz was a lot of the hype too loud, in my opinion. I thought Brantz was fantastic for being a young player. I understand with Flux, so it did not go as he would have liked, but yeah, so they swapped that out. Robo, one of the best top laners in CBLOL. His career stats internationally, 11 wins, 16 losses, a 1.39 KDA. Keep in mind, assists count as half in my stat, so 1.39 KDA is pretty bad. 7.73 CS per minute, 64 KP, 393 gold per minute, 505 damage per minute, and 18 solo kills across the 27 games. So who is Robo? He is an aggressive player that's going to coin flip the matchup. And we see sometimes that go terribly for him and other times that go really well. So, you know, pick your poison with him. I mean, that's the only way he's going to have any chance against better top laners, in my opinion. At 15 minutes, his laning stats are not good or bad. Average internationally, which is fine. I mean, he's against some of the best in the world. Last year, he was against Wonder and Impact and... you know, other tournaments. He is also facing, obviously, good players. I mean, I'm not hearkening back to other years. So 160 gold up, down 2 CS, down 30 XP at 15 minutes. Worlds 2019 and 2022, he was out in play-ins. MSI 2017 and 2021, out in play-ins. Domestically, during the CBLOL playoffs, his stats are consistent. I mean, a 3.2 KDA is nice, but a 7.7 CS per minute, 57 KP, and then 406 gold per minute, 501 damage per minute, 6 solo kills. I mean, once again, coin flipping his matchups. 6 solo kills in 11 games, a lot of damage, not a lot of farm. He is going to try and punch you in the mouth instead of getting gold. It's pretty much the way I look at it. On average, he was up 640 gold at 15 minutes, 7 CS, 200 XP. So laning-wise, in Brazil, he was solid. Croc is one of the 2 Korean imports on the team. He had his first taste of international play last year, going 4-6 with a 1.57 KDA, 4.9 CS per minute, 64.3 KP. If you've followed along and you're not new to the channel, I feel like junglers need to do one or the other. They need to farm or they need to make things happen. And if you're doing neither, that's a problem. And he did neither last Worlds. 330 gold per minute, 365 damage per minute, 1 solo kill. Down about 150 gold and up 25 XP at 15 minutes. So at 15 minutes, he's keeping up with any jungler he's up against. Like I said, last year was his only taste of international play, so out in play-ins. Domestically, more of a facilitator. 4.7 KDA, 5.4 CS per minute, 72.4 KP. So he's making things happen at over 70%, which is what we want if you're not farming over 5.5 CS per minute. 351 gold per minute, 297 damage per minute, 1 solo kill. Domestically, up 340 gold, which is something. 4 CS and 250 XP, so Croc, one of the better junglers in Brazil, and I think that he does an okay job internationally. Mid lane, Tinones. Tinones, one of the most storied players in Brazil, has not went to internationals often, but a lot of people know who Tinones is. I mean, even I know who Tinones is, and I am not a person that watches minor regions. 4-15 internationally, a 2.2 KDA, 829 CS per minute, 63.4 KP. Tinones is not a great laner, in my honest opinion. Internationally, he struggles in lane, and I think that even domestically in lane, he is not all that hot. 367 gold per minute, 464 damage per minute. Pretty passive in that regard. 4 solo kills in 22 games. Internationally, he's down 200 gold, 10 farm, 210 XP. So being down 10 farm on average means one game he could go even, the next game be down 20. And that's a gap. 20 CS at 15 minutes would be a gap. 10 CS at 15 minutes is a diff. We see, oh, that's, that's more than a wave here that we have a difference. And keep in mind, though, Tino's more of a facilitator. He gets around. And in that case, if he can find a play, then it's not as bad, right? If you don't find the play, not good. But if you can find it, that's what's important. Worlds 2014 finished 15th, 16th. Worlds 2022 out in play-ins, and then MSI 2021 out in play-ins. Domestically, was very good during the playoffs. Didn't die a lot. 9.3 KDA, 8.3 CS per minute, 65.3 KP, 384 gold per minute, 464 damage per minute, 2 solo kills. Laning-wise, average domestically. 70 gold up, down 4 farm, and XP is even. So what do I think about Tino's? I think, he's going to need to lean on experience to make up the hands diff that occurs being an older player. And we see that in his champion pool, he does do that a bit. So he's going to have to do that, and he has to find plays. If he doesn't find plays, they're going to struggle. And that's kind of the thing here. Like some people want to say, and we'll get into it with Root, because we have quite a few Brazilian people in the Discord because of the Red Canids video last year. A lot of subscribers from that, and then also Loud's video leading into Worlds. We had the notion that, well, Tino's and Root aren't good in lane, but they're good in team fighting. And it's like, okay, but if you're down 5k gold at 20 minutes because your two laners can't get the job done or your laners aren't doing work, you're going to lose the game. You need to be able to at least be in striking distance against what we would argue are better teams, against players that are better mechanically. So that's kind of the deal. Like Root, for instance, a Korean import, no international experience, is known for being on the winless LCK team. I mean, he didn't play at all last year for a reason, right? He was unemployed. He did do well in CBLOL, though. 5.9 KDA, 9.3 CS per minute, 73 KP. I mean, those numbers aren't fantastic. In lane, he is behind. He does not get fed in the CS department. He involves himself in fights. A team, 3 out of every 4 kills, Root has his fingerprints on them. But will he be able to keep up enough in lane so he can actually make a difference in those later team fights? 470 gold per minute, 737 damage per minute is a lot. We said this last week in my CBLOL preview video for the finals, that bot lane was where this team found a lot of its damage, and that is true still. 2 solo kills, on average up 470 gold, but down 3 CS and 90 XP. So getting fed gold in terms of kills, in terms of rift, in terms of things like that. Seos, the support, I think the youngest player on the team, 4 and 6 internationally, died a lot, 1.34 KDA last year, 70.6 KP. Vision score per minute, 2.58. Wards per minute, 1.63. Clears 1 ward every 4 minutes. And vision wards every other minute. Like I said, a young player. So when he gets to an international stage, he needs experience, right? He needs more games to get better. That's why these vision score numbers for him, I think, are lower for a team that's so good. In terms of bot lane, that you'd like more out of him in that regard. KDA wise for domestic playoff, 6.2, 70.9 KP. These are all pretty stock standard, very good numbers. Vision score is still around the same, 2.71, 1.66 wards per minute. Clears almost 1 ward every other minute, and then vision wards 0.29 a minute. So what? 3 every 10. 1.5 every 5, whatever you want to think about it. However you want to think about it. So, I want Brazil to do well because, clearly the Brazilian fans are passionate. I think it is unfortunate when CBLOL struggles internationally because they are so into their teams. Saw this with Red Canids last year. And, I was happy that they did find some success. But they did better than what even their fan base thought they would. Similarly happened last Worlds. And honestly, I would like that to happen at this MSI as well. Just because there is a lot of fans in Brazil. And they don't reap the reward of that internationally, right? The teams end up struggling. I mean, we have somebody in the Discord that says, it doesn't matter how we do internationally. All we care about is domestic success. And that's good, but you also want to, you're proud, but at the same time, you want to be proud internationally too. And I would hope Loud can keep up the success from last Worlds. I don't know if they will, because I do think Brance is better than Root, despite what this year's stats would say. I do like Brance quite a bit. So with that in mind, that's it for this video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and thank you for watching.